She's special. Priceless.
Al Harris.
Yes.
Never letting go.
Oh man.
Why your songs gotta be so good? That's what I want to know. 'Cause I got a lot of favorites. But anyway, I'll let you think about that later. You never followed anyone but Jesus, you said. How difficult is it to follow the right path in people and then eventually become a leader yourself?
Wow. You know, I'm glad you brought up that line. I'm glad because it could be controversial. People could take it as, in a sense that I don't follow nobody but Jesus. I ain't never followed like all my life I've been following Jesus. That's not what I meant. But all my life I ain't followed nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might have seen my big homies out there doing something, but I was always on my own doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So now it comes to a point where I gotta follow somebody, let it be Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't follow nobody but Jesus, and it still get rough. But through his lead, I always know the procedure. You know what I'm saying? Ain't follow nobody but Jesus. But then now he's using me. So I'm speaking to the youth. GTD. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Pastor Brian Ellis. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Hey listen, blood can bring us no closer. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother right there. That's my brother right there, Brian Ellis, man. I shout out Brian Ellis.
Pastor B.
Yeah, but definitely being a leader. That man has taught me so many things. So many things. And it all boils down to one. Your character.
Oh my God.
Your character. Oh my goodness. Your character.
You can have a great personality but no character.
Listen.
You know that?
You're right. And you're absolutely right. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Going into these facilities. These DJJ, we might be in the high schools, the elementaries, the middle schools. We do home visits. You know what I'm saying? Interviews, whatever it may be, man. And we've been riding for a long time. But when God brought me into GTD, I realized that okay, I have to become a leader. I have to become a leader to a lot of confused teens, a lot of confused youth out there that believe gang banging, selling dope, hustling, kicking it with the boys, or on the corner, or robbing, stealing. They you know what I mean? They think, hey, that's the life, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the life. That's what they gotta do to fit in, or that's what they gotta do to get money, or whatever it may be. So, that's what they gotta do to get initiated, or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that they're plotting their own destruction. They don't know that they're plotting their own destruction. So now when I come in and I come from the perspective of a leader, I gotta let them know, and I not only let them know verbally, but they gotta see it in my walk. They gotta see it in my walk. Because if they see me tripping, they see me stumble, if anything they see me slip, I want them to see me get right back up and trust in God and whatever I do. Because I'm going to keep it real. I ain't going to set the bar so high that where they can't reach it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it real with them. And I'm going to let them see my walk.
You said, speaking of that, but just listen to what you said and then listen to the question, okay? You said, the devil could have killed me. Okay? Or could you have been killed yourself with the situations that you were involved in? Because, let me tell you why I asked that. Let me tell you why. We always want to say it's the enemy.
Right.
But how much is it, okay, yes, the enemy can present things to us and change our mindset, but how much is it really us that said, okay, well, I'm going to go down this path? How much self-blame is it us more than the enemy?
You know what? The word says to guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flow the issues of life. And I believe so many times it's what we allow in our hearts. That's what our life reflects. You know, that's what, you know, that's what's shown. You know, that's what causes the problems that we go through, what we allow in our hearts. And so many times I was wrapped up. I was wrapped up in the streets. I was wrapped up in the drug life. You know, I was wrapped up in all that. And like you said, the enemy will present certain things to you. You know, and before that, if you go a little bit before, when I said the devil could have killed me, he was close enough. The devil could have killed me. He was close to me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was people with unclean spirits in my atmosphere, you know what I mean, or whether it was just thoughts in my head that you know I would soon react on. You know what I'm saying? Or whether it was retaliation for something that done happen, just for me being in those situations, man, it was all demonic. It was all devilish. Not only that, but the drugs. The drugs, yeah, I did it. I put it in my system, but it's demonic. It is anything that takes a life. It's demonic, man. It puts you in another mind frame, and it makes you not care about nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's why I say, you know, but I believe mostly it was me. It was me making poor decisions. You know what I'm saying? But after I done got there and I done made the decisions, man, it's so hard to back up out of it now. Especially when it's something as strong as cocaine. Especially when it's something as strong as crack. And I don't give it no power. I don't, you know, glorify anything, you know, that's not God. But that stuff there, it's a monster. It's a monster. I watched it take everything from my mother and my father. And it took everything from me. All three of us. That's the only thing that can have all three of us in the room destroying ourselves. We were killing ourselves. We were destroying ourselves. All three of us was in that same room getting high, destroying ourselves. It was demonic. He was close enough. The devil could have killed me. Could have killed me.
You know, I feel the same way about fried chicken. That's about the closest thing I can get to your life story.
She said I'm gonna steal it. Hey, listen.
Chicken sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
I ain't breakfast either. Y'all, hey, you just said that made me hungry.
I'm sorry, I started something.
Yeah, you started something. You know, but at the same time, to get back to it, when I got shot, I was chasing a female, man. I was chasing a female, and we was getting high. So I pulled up at the hotel, not knowing that the hotel was closed at the time. Met some guys I did dirt with, man. Dapped them up. They took me around back, robbed me, and shot me. Pow. I could have died. I could have died. Because for 3 days I stayed in the hotel. After the dudes done left and everything, you know, somebody else, I seen a white guy, he hey, listen, I'm trained in you know, military or whatever. Maybe he was in the service, and you know, I could help you. So, you know, I went into his room. He ran water from the shower onto my leg, and the tub was full of blood. I almost went in shock. I'm like, man, it's too much blood. I'm gonna die. He said, no, you're not gonna die. He said, now I can go into this leg and take the bullet out. True story now. This is true story, y'all. He said, I can go into your leg and take your bullet out, or I can call the ambulance and come and get you. And I had been doing so much dirt. I ain't gonna get no police, no ambulance, and nothing involved. You know what I'm saying? Because I might very well have a warrant on me or anything. They would have took me straight to jail. So I said, go ahead in, man. Do what you gotta do. And he looked, he said, oh, I see an exit wound. I said, what you mean? He said, it came out. It came out the back of your leg. He said, so I don't have to go in. I said, what? I said, okay, that's good. I said, thank you. But at the same time, I'm still bleeding, heart pumping, I'm high. I'm high, y'all. You gotta realize my adrenaline is pumping so much because I'm high. I'm high, I'm mad, I just got shot, you know. So what you think I wanna do? Get high. I stayed in that hotel room for three days getting high. Bleeding.
With a gunshot wound.
Bleeding. Bed full of blood, bleeding. You know. And so happened the dude got high too. That didn't make it no better. You know what I'm saying? He was getting high too. So I mean the hotel, everybody got high out there, you know what I'm saying? So you know the dude was getting high himself, you know, and You know, made a few phone calls, man, and she started getting hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For 3 days, no sleep.
Yeah.
And by the time that third day came, he was on some kind of job where he had to go from state to state or whatever. They was just there for, you know, a little time, and they had to go do it. So I had to leave. He said, "Hey, I gotta go. So hey, you gonna have to go, man. You gonna have to go." I said, "All right." I'm 22, 21 years old, getting high. I mean, I could have died.
Sure.
I could have done anything, man. Anything could happen. But I could have died. Man. The devil was close enough.
Yeah.
Could have killed me.
He could have killed you.
Even in the sense of rescuing me, the guy.
Yeah. Sounds like his intentions were great.
Yeah, but
he still got
how ironic.
Yeah. Humiliated. Love that song.
Yeah.
You go so hard, like you don't go hard in any of your other songs. Let's talk about two things. You said suicide and weight loss. Now I'm kind of confused on the weight loss. Because you look like you've been tiny all your life. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what weight?
Yeah.
Ow, I could push you and you might fall down. Like, I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying.
When I tell you, man, I'm at 160 now, but when I tell you at 22 years old, I was probably under 100 pounds. You know, and when people speak about getting high, you know, you smoke a little weed, or,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying? But no, I mean really getting high was close to suicide. When I say that, it's been times I would get just so disgusted. You know what I'm saying? I would be up for days, sometimes nodding off. You know, just nodding off and falling, catching myself before I hit the ground, and you know, knowing that I need to sit my tail down somewhere, get some rest or something. You know, but I was chasing, and I hated the way I was living, but it had me. It was like one of those things, man. I had to have the drug.
Yeah.
You know, I had to have the drug. I had to have it in me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In order to, and I hated that life. Oh my goodness. Now that I'm thinking about it and stuff like that, because I haven't been thinking about it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's in the past. You know, I might tell my testimony, but just to go in depth with it, man, and to know that, you know, I was getting high with both my parents in the same room. And when I would tell my mom, hey, I'm finna go, I'll be back, she know what I'm finna go do. You know what I'm saying? But she never said be careful. She never said, hey, nah, just sit down. You don't have to do that right now. Nah, I don't want to get you you don't want to get in no trouble. No, she told me, come on, hurry back with it. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the life to live. That wasn't the life to live at all, man. And I was just disgusted with myself. I knew I wasn't going nowhere, and I was going nowhere fast. I didn't like me. I didn't like me. You know what I'm saying? I would be humiliated. People I went to high school with, you know, people my age, you know, I'm young. And they would be looking at me like, God, you know, no shower. I would just be out there in the trail. They call it the trail. And I was in the trail, man, for days.
Lost.
Yeah, definitely lost. Definitely not lost, not knowing who Al Harris was. I was lost, yeah. You know, losing weight, drastically.
Sure.
You know, I had to admit myself into the hospital, and you know, people, you know, they would look at me like, you know, what you been doing out there? You know what I'm saying?
Like you just look suspicious.
Yeah, like I was malnutrition. They could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, what have you? Yeah, you haven't been taking care of yourself. What have you been doing out there? You know, I had to fight back. They giving me pills. They feed me left and right. You know what I'm saying? Getting me back together.
Yeah.
And from there, I transitioned to the Phoenix Center from the Annex. From the Annex, I went to the Phoenix Center. From the Phoenix Center, I went to Turning Point. a home for men. And when I got the turning point, man, I felt better about myself. Because by this time, they had got me a job making car parts, man, and I was paying my little room and board, and man, I was eating good. My mom would come and see me every now and then, you know what I'm saying? So I was feeling a little good, a little confident about myself, man. No crack cocaine, you know, in a long time. So, but I wasn't stable yet. I was in this men's boarding home, you know. I was working, but I was still there, and I still felt lonely, and I still felt humiliated, you know. What Al at? Oh, last I heard he in a room and boarding home for men, you know. Humiliation. Humiliation. I'm 22, 20. I'm supposed to be somewhere, you know, in college, or you know what I'm saying. I'm supposed to have a good job, working on my career, man. I'm supposed to be somewhere with my family, man, loving life, eating, drinking, being happy.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Get yourself back together.
And I'm trying to get back together. So I was humiliated, and I was lonely.
Were you humiliated because you had to work hard to mold yourself back into?
Nah.
No.
I was humiliated because of the laughter, the poking fun, he ain't never gonna be nothing, his daddy ain't nothing, his mama ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I was just living out their fantasy.
Yeah.
That's why I was humiliated. You know, me at a young age, the young age I was at, man. And you know, I'm supposed to have on fly shoes, Jordans, man. I'm supposed to be looking fly. I'm bumming.
Yeah.
I'm bumming. But the worst thing is, I don't care. I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know, so I had to work back. Man. I said, man, never again will I be able to put myself in that position, man, where I have people, you know, looking at me, making fun of me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing sweet. Ain't nothing sweet out there in the streets, in the hood. You know, they ain't got no sympathy for you. Not when everybody out there walking around. Only the strong survive. Everybody introduced to it. The weak fall, and I felt weak. I fell. It started with sniffing powder, then I started smoking crack because I didn't have powder at the time. And I let a fiend trick me into smoking crack. And that's to be real. You know what I'm saying? Humiliated. Humiliated. Still trying to keep myself together. You know what I'm saying? That was more stressful than anything. Trying to hold my composure. Knowing I'm out here. Knowing I'm out here getting high. Nowhere to go. Nothing to eat. Still trying to make myself look decent. Knowing I just had this on yesterday. Or the day before. Knowing they ain't been washed. You know? Humiliated. Humiliated. And that was my life. For a span of what, a year and a half, maybe a year, I got high. I did that. Punished myself for repeatedly, month after month, week after week, day after day. Through that span, I don't think it's one day I didn't get high. Because I couldn't. And I always told myself, if I could just go one day without doing it, I think I could do it. I think I can. But I had to be absolutely taken away from that environment. I couldn't be there no more. I couldn't be around those people no more. I had to be hid, man. Matter of fact, I think I might come up with a track or something called hiding. You know what I'm saying? You know, given the aspect of if you want to change, man, you gotta hide yourself. You gotta hide yourself from certain people, places, and things. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna write a track called Hiding or Hid. You know what I mean? Talking to the ones who want to change, man. But they find themselves in the same predicament. Why? Because everybody around you is in that predicament. The word says that the man at the pool of Bethesda, he would try to get to the water because every now and then the angel of the Lord would come and stir the water up, and whoever got in there first would be healed from their infirmities. So when he tried to get there, somebody would step in front of him. But the word also says that around him were same people, lame, sick, abused. You know what I mean? You can expect change when you're in the same environment where everybody is sick.
When you're around the people who are progressing,
then you will progress.
You can pull those tools and progress. Priceless.
Ha! Priceless. That's my wife's song.
Yeah, Because my question, what are you referring to?
On what? Ask me the question.
Yeah.
Ask me the question.
What are you referring to?
I'm referring to her. I'm referring to who she was. It's a true story. Like I said, the whole Fit for a King is my life. You know what I mean? When I say when she speaking so intelligent, I'm lost in between conversations only heaven sent. Life is but a dream, and shorty so cold she put ice in the cream. I'm usually under control, but tonight I'm a fiend. I saw her at the mall. My very first thought is she need a round of applause without having to take it off. But quickly I shook it off. What's poppin'? My name Al. Together we both fly. We drop from the same cloud. And when she smiled, it gave me confidence. Honestly, it's a privilege to give her compliments. Usually in relationships, males hold dominance, but shorty independent. She don't need a man promises. Do your thing, I ain't trying to interfere. I just want to make an impression by rhyming in your ear. This is a perfect opportunity, but timing isn't here. You a diamond in the rough, and I'ma find you if you kill. You know what I mean? That was how I met. Upon my release from prison, my cousin Nikki called me and said, hey, we going to the mall. I had just got out of prison. Just got out of doing almost 6 years in prison. So I said, okay, bet. So I met my other cousin at the mall too. And so, okay, we all at the mall, they buying me stuff, man. I'm getting shoes and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's love. That's love. Because I ain't had no shoes, no clothes, no nothing. No nothing. I've been gone. I've been gone for a long time. You know, and Nikki brought Kaya with her. Nikki brought Kaya with her, who's my wife. And when I first saw her, I ain't gonna lie, man, you know, I guess I was just so tunnel vision about you know, getting on my feet, doing what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? And even in prison, man, I wasn't thinking about no females like that. And when other guys would release their stress and however they would walk, I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about that. I was with lyrics, I was reading, I was studying, I was in the Word. I was too grounded to think about anything like that. So when I got out, I had the same perspective. You know what I mean? So I wasn't thinking about no female, but I could tell that she probably liked me. You know what I'm saying? Probably, you know what I'm saying? But Priceless was actually her name, because she was in a motorcycle group club, Phenomenal Riders. That was their name, and her name was Priceless, and she's priceless.
How long have y'all been married now?
We've been married, what, 3 years? We've been together about 4.
I love Miss Harris. She's so sweet. That's my girl. Hey, Miss Harris. I'm gonna join her. One thing that our slogan on the radio show, that it's radio that inspires. What inspires you?
Oh, my goodness. What inspires me?
What inspires the Al Harris?
I mean, I know what motivates me. My inspiration inspires me to. What inspires me to what? Do write music? What inspires me to for it all? My motivation is the struggle. You know, that's my motivation. You know, when I see my people struggling, when I see my people depressed, they down, they're broken, and they don't have the tools. And they don't have the tools. That's my motivation. You know, I'm inspired by the things I see God transfer from the supernatural to the physical. That inspires me. Who inspires me? I got a few people that inspire me. You know, I got a good bit of people that inspire me, and most of the time it's moment thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm inspired by the moment. You know, the way God is using that person. You know, not by the person. You know what I mean? But I love how they carry you know, I'm inspired by the way they carry themselves, they carry their gift. But the heart is deceitfully wicked, above all. You know what I'm saying? I try not to put so much in man. But I'm inspired by how God is, you know what I'm saying? And if you got a genuine heart and you're a good person, man, I'm inspired by that. I'm inspired by that, man. You know, because it ain't easy to hide that hurt. You know what I'm saying? You know? I can only go off what you tell me. And most of the time that's contradictory to how you actually feel it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so I'm inspired by the moment. I'm inspired by what I see God doing in your life. You know, and that's a lot of people. You know, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but you know what I'm saying. It's a number of people that I'm inspired by, man. When I see them, when I see the grind, when I see the hustle, and you two are definitely a part of that. You know, definitely. Even the humiliated, man. The humiliated that was shot by the one and only Tony.
T.S. Creation. That's my baby daddy. He's my husband, but he's my baby daddy.
That's my man. And directed by Siege, my man. Shout out Siege, man.
Siege.
You know what I mean? That was magic.
Yeah.
That video?
That was good.
That video was magic.
I saw those final edits.
You feel what I'm saying? And listen, not to and I was thinking about it, but not to speak against anybody who shoots videos and gets sponsors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's all well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I even thought about it. I even thought about, you know, getting the video sponsored and stuff like that, man, because it needs to be seen everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But even without the sponsor of the video, oh my goodness, did you see how much love and support, you know what I mean, that video got?
It went.
You know what I'm saying?
See when Siege posted.
Yeah. And now I mean, look at the views and stuff like that. And that's all well too. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, look at the likes and be like, okay, that's good. But I want to see the comments.
Yeah.
When I scroll through them comments, man, and people tell me how much that video meant to them.
It went crazy. And the people that even said that they could relate to it.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Now that's what I want. You can have the views, you know what I'm saying? You can have the likes, the hearts and the smiley face and all that. I want to know.
And until you conquer the enemy in yourself, you can't deal with anyone. In order to be used by God, you have to really be used. You know, we always want to be used for the glorious jobs. Look, God put me on the stage in front of the people in the Grammy show with a nice dress on. Let me just praise your name. But that's not being used. Sometimes in order to be used, you also have to be humiliated.
Yeah, at 22 I started getting high. No, I mean really getting high, was close to suicide. My savior died so I could live, but I would choose to die. That foolish pride had me in the mirror asking, who am I? I could hardly recognize myself, I started losing weight. Would plot to rob close friends if they were moving weight. Been up for days, dozing off to have a rude awaken. Pockets empty, money on my mind, I'm in the mood to take it. Extreme hunger pains where dope can only soothe the aching. I wanted to feel love, but first I had to lose the hatred. Sometimes my mom would run away and she could be gone for days. Looked me in my eyes and said she tired of giving her soul away. And just for the dope she sold her body in the coldest places. And there were many times she walked away with no payment. But that was years ago, and by the grace of God we made it. To be used first you have to be humiliated.
When I think about the things that I went through, Lord, you know I'm grateful 'cause I'm sold out to you. God, you brought a change when I called your name. My life just ain't the same, and I'm grateful that I know you, humiliated for you.
Locked in that cage, I learned to stick and move. My brothers keep the same yard, but we had different views. Salute to those who I would call and they would click me through. It's hard to write a bid, sometimes it's like you in a system too. A message came across my phone like, did you get the news? And almost instantly, that put me in a different mood. They say Ali was driving drunk last night and killed the dude. Plus he been wildin' lately, and you the only one he'll listen to. I know he's sick inside that cell, it's almost Christmas too. And then the judge denied his bail, too much of a risk to lose. Only if you can walk with God and never switch their shoes. I've asked a lot of questions in the past, I've got it misconstrued. Wish I can pick and choose the trials that sit to strengthen you. We see it as catastrophic, but to God it's only minuscule. You may have years to go, but by the grace of God you'll make it. To be used first, you have to be humiliated.
When I think about the things that I went through, Lord, you know I'm grateful 'cause I'm sold out to you. God, you brought a change when I called your name. My life just ain't the same, and I'm grateful that I know you, for you. Yeah, no. Oh my challenge for the day. Let's do this.
When she speak is so intelligent, I'm lost in between conversations only heaven sent. Life is but a dream, and shorty's so cold, she put ice in the cream. I'm usually under control, but tonight I'm a fiend. I saw her at the mall, my very first thought is she need a round of applause without having to take it off. But quickly I shook it off, was popping my name Al. Together we both fly, we drop from the same clouds. And when she smiled, it gave me confidence. Honestly, it's a privilege to give her compliments. Usually in relationships, males hold dominance, but shorty independent, she don't need a man promises. Do your thing, ain't trying to interfere. I just wanna make an impression by rhyming in your ear. This a perfect opportunity, but timing isn't here. You a diamond in the rough, and I'ma find you if it kills you.
Yet another night, I'm sitting here alone. It doesn't seem right.